Friends, today all of you, as you know, that the entire country, rather entire world, is facing COVID-19 menace, and everyone is trying their best to come out of it, whether it's government, bureaucracy, even the public, the medical fraternity, and public because they are staying indoors, breaking the chain, but still long way to go. History tells us whenever such type of conditions comes, then only persons who can show the ray of hope, the ray of light, are the teachers, the gurus. And today we are lucky to have someone with us who is a perfect teacher, and not only teacher, he is a counselor, he is a trainer, and now he is managing a very big university called Mangalore University as Vice Chancellor. I welcome Professor Dr. P. Subramania, the Vice Chancellor of Mangalore University, in this special program which was actively participated and brought to you by News Karnataka, V4 News, Global TV and Organ Donation India Foundation. Welcome Professor Dr. P. Subramania to this show.
Thank you, Mr. Lal. Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, Professor. Now, before we start, as you know that today the conditions is very bad, and Government of India is trying their best to break the chain. And there is a lockout is going on for 21 days. And we hope that this lockout will be successful and we will be able to come for the routine life. But these 21 days, which will be a black spot for everyone, how you think that the students, because you are dealing with the future generation of the country, the students, what impact it will be on them, and what are your plans how to conduct the exams or how to give them the future training after this 21 days, or if it is not increasing more, then what are your plans? Can you just elaborate that, Professor?
Yeah. Here, at the very outset, I will begin with a quote from Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna confesses with Lord Krishna, "O Lord, I can control the wind, but not my mind." Because today, every one of us, all teachers, students, researchers, everybody is watching TV, reading the newspapers, and hearing rumors about this corona. But only thing is, unless we are in a position to regulate ourselves, unless we discipline and control ourselves, we cannot handle this crisis, I am very sure. Because today, three things are very, very important. Number one, quarantine. The second one is isolation. And the third one is self-restraint. Here, the students should take care of two important things. Number one is attitude. Because already we know that our attitude will determine our altitude, our height of thinking process, and the way in which we can manage ourselves. Therefore, the students should not panic and they should not get upset over the present crisis. We should be self-confident and courageous enough to handle this crisis upfront. The point is, unless we have got a positive mental attitude, we cannot do anything here. At this juncture, I request all my students to be positive and optimistic, because all the crises will get over soon, and only it is possible when we have got a positive mental attitude. The second one is discipline. But I cannot tolerate undisciplined discipline. Undisciplined discipline means we are pretending as if we are self-disciplined, but we are not showing any symptoms of disciplining our processes. Therefore, positive mental attitude and a very strong constructive, positive discipline will be very much important, because we should not put the cart before the horse. Unless we create a conducive and congenial atmosphere to fight this kind of corona, today we come across two important challenges: how to break the corona cycle and how to flatten the corona curve. Both are possible only when our students develop this kind of attitude, and the self-confidence is very, very important. I can, so I will. Because today, whatever is not being taught in the classroom, whatever is not available in the textbooks or reference books or in the research findings, the students will learn from the Vishwaguru called Corona. Corona has taught the wonderful lesson to all of us. That is the biggest equalizer of all time, because today everybody is equal, whether the king or queen or the sweeper or the beggar, a clerk or the professor or the vice chancellor, all are equal in the eyes of Corona. So that is the lesson we are all learning from this. Corona teaches a tough lesson to all of us. It means be empathic, be humane to all your endeavors, and be universally compassionate. Because nothing succeeds like success, and at the same time, nothing fails like failure. Therefore, Mr. Lal, I feel that the current health emergency and crisis can be managed only when we are in a position to manage our mindset. The students must understand how to handle the currently available, unfounded, unexpected leisure time, because they have to stretch their imagination, creativity, and innovative outlook. When they open up themselves, they will definitely come across a window of opportunities. For example, as the Vice Chancellor, now I let my child out of me. All these days, I could not do all these things because I have got several unfulfilled childhood desires. During those days, due to a variety of reasons, I could not nurture or fulfill all those desires. Now I have got plenty of time. Unfinished personality development agenda can be one more opportunity for our student friends. That is also possible for the students, because students should think about reallocating their leisure time. Reallocation of time is the major ingredient to manage ourselves, and particularly the currently available unfounded and unexpected leisure time provided by this corona menace. Then we should enjoy whatever we do with a sense of purpose, pride, and direction. Students should not panic, or they should not get upset over this crisis or feel themselves helpless, because they have got a number of things to do which they could not do all these days. Therefore, it is nothing but rediscovering the past and reinventing ourselves what we can do, and also unleash and unlock our potential within by engaging ourselves in several kinds of activities. So far, we could not do them. There are two kinds of happiness, as I understand. One is process happiness, the other one is destination happiness. Destination happiness is always short-lived, because I want to get a job, I got it, the satisfaction will disappear soon. Then what next is the biggest question. But the process of doing a particular job or process of performing certain thing is always long-lived. At the end of the day, what we need is peace of mind and get a sound sleep for at least 6 to 8 hours as per the medical advice. But are we getting it? In fact, no, because we will be mentally disturbed and our mind will be on something else. In that case, the real happiness lies in the process of doing a particular thing rather than the ultimate outcome of that. Ultimately, in Bhagavad Gita, there is a wonderful statement, Karmanyavadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. It means, do your duty and leave the rest to God. That should be our spirit, and then only we can handle this crisis with a real confidence, and definitely this crisis will be over.
Professor, you have very nicely and very easily you have explained what is the role and how the students can pass this time constructively, positively. It's a very informative. I'm sure the students who are watching this program and who is going to see it afterwards also will definitely take clues from you and will adopt this thing. Now, my second thing, because these 21 days or more, if not, then what positive role students can do so that it can play a very important role for the society at large, when there is a appeal from the Honorable Prime Minister that we have to be indoors and we have not to go out until unless there is an emergency. But like we are going for buying the grocery or the milk or medicines, etc. Like my suggestion in this aspect is that, like if you are staying in a society when there are 8 or 10 flats or more flats, if you can talk to each and everyone on phone, find out what they require for a day, and then one person or two students can go out, bring the things for all the people of the society, keep everything, those things outside their doors, and next day or the third day somebody else will go and two persons and bring for others and this thing. So like these types of things, what is your take, how students can play an important role so that the elderly people or those who cannot take care of themselves can be relieved and can be serviced, or any other ideas which you, being such a learned person, can enlighten all of us. Yes, Professor.
Yeah, in this context, students must understand and appreciate the value of being compassionate so that they can live in the shoes of others. Particularly now the problem is people are worrying about getting groceries and their daily requirements, because when the shops are closed, then they will find it extremely difficult and they will panic. Now the question is, students can understand. For example, our district administration has provided an opportunity right from 7 a.m. to 12 noon every day to get their groceries. Now the point is, social distancing is only the medicine available for the time being to combat corona menace. So it means every family member must understand we should not go in a group. We have to maintain healthy, respectable social distance even while purchasing our commodities from the marketplace. If possible, students can form their own groups or teams. They can visit the homes of these people. They can get the list of their daily requirements and hand it over to the merchants so that they can prepare the bill and the grocery items in a bag, and that can be delivered to each and every house. This kind of volunteering will help a lot to handle this kind of panicking situation in different homes. That is one thing. Second thing is, today everybody has understood the biggest lesson: either we are temporarily permanent or permanently temporary. Nothing is permanent except change. Now this is possible only when we help each others in a very respectable manner, so that we can call ourselves that we belong to the people of goodwill in the region. So that is very important. So in this way, our students can definitely render yeoman service at this point of crisis to everybody. That is one thing, Mr. Lal. Then the second thing is, students can definitely lay their hands on very important readings today. For example, from the point of view of understanding oneself or discovering our inner self, the students can read and enjoy Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. This kind of reading will open up their inner minds. They can look beyond themselves, and they can also engage in a process called out-of-box thinking. This will definitely provide a real comfort zone to all the students sitting idle at home. Therefore, they need not waste their time by simply becoming a slave of the smartphones. They can think differently, and they can do several socially useful, societally beneficial things by contributing in their own ways. Then they can also listen to beautiful old songs, then they can spend time with their family members like father or mother or grandfather or grandmother. Until now, they did not find time because every time reading, preparing for the examination, that work or this work, they keep themselves engaged, or sometimes these students pretend as if they are really busy. But they have to invest their time with their family members. That is the beauty. Then they will really enjoy the sweet time and the sweet memory of bringing a mood change in the hearts and minds of their parents, brothers, sisters, and other family members by staying at home.
Very nicely you have mentioned, Vice Chancellor, about that how to spend time, quality time with the family, which otherwise they were not getting earlier. Now, my last question to you is that, like in other countries, we are finding that what they are doing is that they are doing online teaching right now because of the closure of the universities and the colleges. Are we doing it in India, or we have any plan to do online teaching till the time this menace will be over and then regular classes can be started?
Yeah, right now our Field Marshal Karyappa College, one of the constituent colleges in Madikeri, has started forming WhatsApp group and sending their assignments and receiving questions and doubts and clarifying all those things through WhatsApp. Similarly, within a week we are also launching online teaching modules and other things, so that the students can really prove themselves that they are digital natives rather than digital aliens or digital immigrants. This is one of the ways of handling this kind of unfounded leisure for them. And we are also establishing a kind of digital connectivity between the university, the college, and the learners.
Okay, so basically the plans are there, and we hope that by 15th of April everything will be clear, and we will come back, the life will come back again with full zeal, with so many learnings, what these 21 days has going to give us, that how much compensate we should have, and how much feelings we should have with our family, with our colleagues, with our friends. But we should also see to it that whatsoever we are going to do, it should be helpful for the country.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, Professor,
Yeah.
for giving so much time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.